other duties as assigned.
All right.
All right, Connie, do I need to use this mic or? Yeah, do I need to use the handheld?
Yes.
All right, are we ready, Connie? Everybody ready? You have your mics on? Now, am I using the handheld for the media or who am I using the handheld for, Connie? Okay. I want to thank you for joining us this morning as we have a conversation about something that is very important to the people of Williamson County. In fact, we're talking about perhaps one of the most egregious acts against the children of Williamson County that I've seen in my time as county judge. We have different individuals that are going to speak today that will summarize the legal action that the court has taken, and then at the end, I'll give some closing remarks. I want to say a special thank you to State Representative Gary Gates from House District 28 is here with us this morning, and a little later he'll be sharing some comments. Thank you, Representative, for stepping away from the Capitol and being with us today. I want to say thank you to Jim Shaw. Jim represents the Capital Area Housing Finance Corporation. He's the executive director. He works for Williamson County and here in the Central Texas region, and we're really grateful for his effort. Matthew Lindeman, our sheriff, is here today, as well as Scott Kerwood, the fire chief for ESD number 3 in Hutto, Texas, and we're grateful that you're here today. The speaking lineup will be as follows. County Commissioner Russ Bowles will go first. The superintendent of the Hutto ISD, Jenny Netherlands, will go second, and then the state representative will follow that, and then I'll conclude with my remarks at the end. At this time, I'm going to ask County Commissioner Russ Bowles to come and provide for us an update and a context on what's going on. Commissioner Bowles.
Thank you, Judge. Well, good morning. I'm Williamson County Commissioner Russ Bowles, and yesterday afternoon, Williamson County filed suit against the Cameron County Housing Finance Corporation, located in Brownsville, Texas, for violating the Texas Housing Finance Act. And this morning in district court, we are granted a temporary restraining order that prevents the Cameron County HFC from continuing activities in Williamson County. The Cameron County HFC is a closely held organization created by the Cameron County Commissioners Court. In violation of the Texas Housing Finance Act, it has come into Williamson County and is attempting to exempt more than $100 million of property, specifically 2 brand new apartment complexes on County Road 110 that represent Hutto ISD's 5th and 12th highest valued properties. The Cameron County HFC did this without contacting anyone from Williamson County, Hutto ISD, or any other local officials. Tax exempting these apartment complexes will reduce the Hutto ISD's tax levy by more than $1.2 million annually, creating unnecessary hardship for the kids of the fast-growing district. It also limits the resources of our firemen and our sheriff's deputies and affects our public safety. The Cameron County HFC does this so that it can collect millions of dollars in fees. Make no mistake, that is the goal of the Cameron County HFC. No member of the Cameron County HFC has ever been to these developments. In fact, Mark Yates, the director of the Cameron County HFC, stated to me that it has been more than 10 years since he has been in the Hutto area. The board of the Cameron HFC is appointed by the Cameron County Commissioners Court, and they can replace the board at any time. Make no mistake, the Cameron County Commissioners Court have appointed their friends and allies to this board and are fully aware of how it carries out its business. I have directly reached out to each Cameron County commissioner and board member and asked them to stop their violations and have received no response from anyone other than Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino. Judge Trevino won't return any of my phone calls, but he did respond to a letter that I sent him that stated my concerns about our school children and public safety. In his reply letter, he effectively stated that he does not care, leaving a lawsuit as the only option for Williamson County. I expressed to Judge Trevino my concerns about the Cameron County HFC's board and the conflicts of interest. One of the board members is John Guerva. He is an equity partner with the Linebarger law firm who does collections for both Cameron and Williamson County. And I am still trying to understand how he expects to collect taxes for Williamson County while trying to facilitate the removal of hundreds of millions of dollars from our tax rolls. I'm equally concerned about Cindy Weich, a school teacher in Cameron County, who, without ever contacting any school district in Williamson County, is actively working to hurt our school kids. The remainder of the board includes the former Brownsville city manager, their former Cameron County port administrator, and a real estate broker, none of which have responded to my inquiries, and I think that speaks volumes. Thank you.
Good morning. So Hutto ISD appreciates Williamson County's efforts to ensure that property taxes are fair and uniform and that these developments pay their fair share like other tax-paying entities. Hutto ISD is a fast growth district that is experiencing fast and rapid enrollment growth. All district revenues are used to pay teacher salaries, utilities, and debt service on bonds issued to finance new schools and improve our existing schools. Removing these developments from the tax rolls will require other taxpayers in Hutto ISD to pay more in taxes to make up for those lost revenues. The trust of each and every Hutto ISD voter is very important to us, which is why we support Williamson County's efforts in ensuring that any reportedly publicly owned property seeking an ad valorem tax exemption serves a public purpose benefiting our residents in Hutto and in Williamson County. Thank you.
Thank you. And I thank this opportunity to speak to you, and I appreciate you all for inviting me. When I started this, trying to reform these programs 2 sessions ago, I was sort of all by myself because it had just sort of started happening. Now, after 2 sessions, cities across the state of Texas and counties are reaching out now because they're seeing the impact that this is happening into their own communities. What started basically with the Trick Amendment back in and around the 2017 session, and we started with the first maybe half a dozen or so that was done in 2020, has now grown where this summer I went and tried to find as many as I could that had been done throughout the state of Texas. We now have 83 members have these things happening in their districts, and today it totals over $12.5 billion has been removed from the tax rolls. And it's a combined estimated tax loss for the next 99 years, every year, of $277 million a year. And right now, that's only around several hundred projects that have been done. As I'm speaking right now, there's over 100 more being done. You know, we have 2 things that's happening. We got these entities setting up, say in Cameron County, that go outside their district and wipe out the property taxes in other communities. But not only is it Cameron County, Pecos County set up one, Pleasanton, which is south of San Antonio, set up one, and there's a couple in Austin, and they're going around the state of Texas and doing this in communities where they have absolutely no investment in. And what's really so egregious about this is it's all designed to provide affordable housing. What you're supposed to do is wipe out, when you get the property tax exemption, you're supposed to take that and reduce rents below market rent so there's a public benefit. But the thing is, the loophole that in this program that is allowing them, why it's going so aggressively, is here I have a couple marketing brochures or pages out of their deal. They're out of their marketing brochure. They go and wipe out the taxes. Then when they go to the lender or to the investors, they put in here there's no revenue impact. So one in Pleasanton did one over in Houston, and it says we wiped out $700,000, no impact to our revenue. And under the program, they got to keep their rents at $1,500, but the market rate was $1,200. And here's a gentleman up in the Dallas area, has done 10 of them, and he puts in there, we had to keep our rents here, but our rents are $375 under the market rent. So they wiped out the property taxes, put it all in the money, and there's absolutely no public benefit. And so this is devastating communities around the state of Texas, and we have some reform bills, and hopefully we're going to shut this down and stop this, what's happening to our communities. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's CNO 1 and 2. Is that right? I want to thank Representative Gates and the hard work and the heavy lifting that he's doing at the legislature to correct this legislatively. But I want to make a few comments about the Cameron County Housing Finance Corporation and how it's affecting us locally. Williamson County has its own housing finance corporation, and they really do a great work and serve a great purpose in our community. But our housing finance corporation, we work collaboratively. We have conversations. We actually have board members, many of whom are elected officials representing the Central Texas area that live here, that invest here, and that raise their families here. They care locally. The Housing Finance Corporation does a great work, but let me be clear. Williamson County has zero need for the Cameron County Housing Finance Corporation in Williamson County. We did not ask for your help. We do not want your help. And what you're really doing is you're robbing from our children's educational future by creating these tax schemes that take away tax to pay for our teachers in the local classroom. It is wrong. It may be appropriate for you in Cameron County, but this is Williamson County, and you are taking away from our children, and that is unacceptable. You see on the board that is posted over here beside me, the revenue lost to the school district is somewhere in the neighborhood of $1.2 million annually. How many school teachers will we not have because of the work of the Cameron County Housing Finance Corporation in Williamson County? But it's not just the $1.2 million each year forever. It's also funds that are being taken away from our local fire department to provide life-saving resources in our community. It's the equivalent of one firefighter each year. And it's not just stops there. It also has to do with our sheriff's department through county taxes. We're losing the equivalent of 3 new deputies each year because of the actions of the Cameron County Finance Corporation here in Williamson County. What's not listed on the board is today or yesterday the lawsuit that was filed jointly between Sienna Mud number 1, Sienna Mud number 2, and Williamson County. The lost revenue in mud taxes, which, by the way, that pays for roads, and that pays for water, and that pays for wastewater. Those taxes are millions of dollars as well, too. I'm not sure what you call this down in South Texas, but here in Central Texas, we call it wrong. The Cameron County Corporation stated that it's currently looking to exempt another additional 6 to 8 developments here in Williamson County, which means that there will be 5 unelected officials who have been appointed by the Commissioner's Court some 350 miles away to make decisions for the people of Williamson County and for our kiddos' educational future. I want to caution, and I say these words kindly, I want to caution all housing finance corporations that are looking at coming into Williamson County and that are looking at stealing from the future of our kids and our citizens. If you do so, I caution you at your own peril that you will face the same calamity of the Cameron Housing Finance Corporation. We will take you to court and we will hold you accountable because you will not come into our community and steal from our children. I heard a preacher once say, God's gift to us was our kiddos, and our gift back to God is how we choose to protect and care for them. Today, Williamson County has drawn a line in the sand. And the way that we choose to protect and care for our kids is to take you to court and to hold you accountable. We will pursue every legal option and path that we have, but we are also working with our state leadership to see that laws are changed. Today I have three particular asks. Number one, I call on the Texas legislature along with the Texas Senate and Governor Abbott. Sign the legislation and move the legislation as expeditiously as you can because the calamity that's occurring here is occurring at dozens of counties across Texas. Stand up for Texas children. Secondly, I call on the county judge in Cameron County, Texas. Do your job, be a leader, and dissolve the Cameron County Public Finance Corporation, Housing Corporation, because what they are doing not only is immoral, it is wrong. And third today, my final request. I believe that some of these actions may be criminal. And I call on the Attorney General of Texas, Ken Paxton, to open an investigation into the Cameron County Housing Finance Corporation and explain to us how some folks 350 miles away can come into our community and can steal from our children, can take away from our law enforcement, can diminish our firefighters, and how that's acceptable. Somebody once said that whiskey is for drinking, but water is for fighting. I got to tell you, as county judge, I think it's even greater than that. Whiskey may be for drinking and water may be for fighting. But if you come after our kiddos and you take away their future, we will hold you accountable in Williamson County, in Cameron County, in Travis County, and every county where you originate from. Do not take away from our children. God's gift to us is our kids. And our gift back to God is how we choose to protect and care for them. Today, Williamson County's drawn a line in the sand, and we will protect our children. That concludes the public comments that we have for today. Some of you may have a couple of questions, Connie. I think we might have time for 2 or 3, and we will strive to answer those. Yes.
Generally explain the law surrounding how housing finance corporations are able to get property tax exemptions.
So can I explain? I didn't hear what you said. The law?
Generally explain the law surrounding how housing finance corporations are able to get property tax exemptions.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refer to the county commissioner who is actually a brilliant attorney who understands real estate laws and all of the laws in relation to this, and let Russ answer that for you, Commissioner.
So inside the law, the ability to exempt a property is granted under the Texas Housing Finance Corporation, but you have to do it within the geographic boundaries. And so they are using this authority granted to them outside their boundaries. And that's the issue. If they want to exempt the properties in Cameron County, let them go do it in Cameron County. We have our own HFC that is accountable to the people of Williamson County. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
And by the way, for all the media outlets, we've made you a copy of the lawsuit, and we've made you a copy of the restraining order that was granted this morning in the 425th Court. Thank you all.